Brussels was engulfed in chaos this week as more than 150,000 protesters surged through the capital, chanting, waving flags, and demanding that Prime Minister Bart de Wever abandon his austerity reforms. What began as a peaceful demonstration quickly spiraled into one of the largest and most intense public uprisings Belgium has seen in years. The streets of Brussels were thick with red flares, smoke bombs, and the echo of drums, as trade unions led a massive national strike that brought the country to a standstill. Trains were halted, buses were grounded, and flights out of Brussels airport were cancelled, leaving travelers stranded and the city eerily silent, except for the distant roar of the crowd. The anger was aimed squarely at De Wever's proposed spending cuts, reductions in pensions, public health care, and social services that unions say will devastate workers and retirees already struggling with the rising cost of living. As thousands poured into the streets, police lines formed in anticipation of the unrest that soon followed. Protesters threw flares, waved union banners, and chanted for the Prime Minister's resignation. The air filled with tear gas as riot police deployed water cannons to disperse the crowds, pushing demonstrators back from key government buildings. But the protesters held their ground, surging again and again toward the barricades. Reports from the scene described officers in plain clothes detaining demonstrators using plastic hand ties, while police vehicles chased groups through narrow streets. In a chaotic twist, several bicycle officers were forced to take refuge inside a hotel as the crowd surged around them. Elsewhere, migration offices were vandalized and graffiti condemning the government's war on workers appeared across the capital. The atmosphere was electric, angry, and desperate, a population that felt betrayed by leaders promising recovery but delivering cuts instead. Prime Minister Bart de Wever defended his policies, arguing that the austerity measures are vital to stabilize Belgium's economy and prevent deeper financial decline. He insists that without these reforms, the country risks falling behind its European neighbors in growth and competitiveness. But that justification has done little to calm the fury. Unions accuse the government of protecting corporate profits while dismantling the welfare state that generations of Belgians built. They say these reforms threaten the very foundations of social solidarity, health care for all, fair pensions, and dignified work.